Hi, my name is Isabel, and for the discussion, I chose to talk about grief. When someone is experiencing grief, they are mourning the loss of a loved one. They are hyper-focused on the loss that they had experienced or currently are experiencing, and they're sensitive to all other matters around them. During this time, we need to listen patiently, prioritize prayer and scripture with them, and offer an atmosphere where they feel comfortable to process their emotions. It is so important that during this time, we listen very carefully and not compare our grief to theirs, because each person experiences grief differently. It is also so important to watch what you say when bringing God into the conversation, because if you say the wrong thing, then you could cause someone to walk away from their faith. For example, if you tell someone after their child has just passed that God needed them more than they needed them, that person will more than likely walk away from their faith. Instead of saying things like this, we need to focus on what Scripture does for us and what it says, which is that it brings us comfort and peace. We can use Scripture during this time of grief for the individual or family to bring them comfort and peace, and knowing that the Father has the lost one and has his hand of protection upon the lost one and upon the family. Some scriptures that can be used are Psalm 34:18, which states, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit," and Matthew 5:4, which states, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." This matters because we want those who we pastor to know that God is a comforter and he is with us in the valleys and not just the mountaintops. We want to show those that we get to rejoice with the Lord, but we also get to mourn with the Lord. The church and pastors should care because individuals' faiths rely on knowing that they don't have to rejoice with the Lord all the time, but they can also mourn with the Lord and rest in knowing that his blanket of love is around them and that he wipes every tear. The Lord doesn't expect us to be happy all the time, but he does expect us to bring forth our sadness to him so that he is able to sit with us through it. The long-term effects are, if we do not address this, are that more individuals will become overwhelmed with grief and walk away from their faith or take their own lives since they can't walk through the grief themselves. We need to continue pursuing those who are experiencing grief and lead them to the ultimate comforter and Prince of Peace.